Hello. Hey guys, it's Aaron. Welcome back to the House of Aaron, where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Now, I'm going to wait a little bit of a couple of seconds, okay, to make sure we get some people inside the chat. If you are here inside the chat, please let me know. And please let me know if you can hear me because I don't want to start talking and then can't nobody hear me. All right. So please let me know. And then yeah, after that, we will get started on today's episode of House Call Child. We're gonna be getting into Basketball Wives, all right? Basketball Wives season 9. Apparently, allegedly, Miss Evelyn Lozada has confirmed that there will be no reunion for season 9, okay? And so we got to get into some things. And then I also want to know from you guys what you think about the situation. All right, cool. Everybody can hear me. So I think we can just go ahead and get started. I apologize that I don't really give you guys a lot of notice, okay, time in advance for the lives, but this was just spare of the moment, okay? I thought that if I just did a regular video, it would have been like 5 minutes. And so I said, let me go live and see what the people talking about on this lovely Monday morning or afternoon. So let me know in the comments if you guys are having a good morning. Okay. And so Bria said they need to cancel this show. All right. And I would have to agree with you. Okay. But we're going to get to that in just a second. Emily says, I am a new subscriber. Hey, Emily, how are you? Danielle says, Aaron, you've been clowning lately. I'm here for it. Absolutely. Okay. That's all we do is clown. Okay. We do all of this for shits and giggles. It is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But you guys, today we got some tea on Basketball Wives, and Evelyn Lozada herself is speaking on it on Twitter. All right. And so she went to Twitter, you guys. Okay. She went to Twitter, and I want to go ahead and show you guys the tweet because when I saw this, it was like I was shocked, but then I wasn't. Okay. And so I'm still trying to decide how I feel about the situation, but we're going to talk about it. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and put Evelyn's tweet up. A fan on Twitter asked her and said, let me get the picture up, y'all. So a fan went to Twitter and asked her, Evelyn, how many more episodes of Basketball Wives do we have left before the reunion? I could have sworn last week they said we only had a few episodes left. Did I hear wrong? Now, just to give you guys a little bit of background information on the situation, I think I've missed maybe like one episode. I might be like one episode behind. And honestly, I had every intention on coming on here every other day and talking about Basketball Wives because I just knew that this season was going to be one for the books because they were just coming off of a season with all of that controversy regarding Evelyn and OG and the colorism claims. Because if you ask me, okay, in my own personal opinion, I do feel like there was a colorism issue on the show. Now, as the season started going on and on and on, and we started to see more episodes and the storylines or lack thereof started, unraveling or what have you, I started to get really disappointed. I wasn't surprised that I was disappointed in the season because Basketball Wives as a whole is just a disappointing show, right? It's a disappointing show. It's a ripoff of Real Housewives, and you can tell it's a great value version, right? It's a great value version of Real Housewives because the storylines aren't there. The cast members are trash, okay, in my opinion. There's nothing interesting going on. The ladies are in a mansion. They're not doing anything. And so it just left me very disappointed. And so after so long, okay, after so many episodes, I'm just like, this season is trash. And if they were to have a reunion, what the hell would they talk about? And so, of course, Evelyn Lozada responded to that fan in her tweet. And Evelyn confirmed, yes, there are only 2 more episodes, including tomorrow's episode, and no reunion. Hashtag thank God. All right. And so Miss Evelyn Lozada, y'all's favorite basketball wife, is confirming that there will be no Basketball Wives reunion for season 9. All right. And personally, this doesn't shock me. This doesn't shock me because, like I said, the season was trash. Okay. The season was trash. The show was whack this season. Nothing has happened. Like I said, they've been in these two mansions, not doing anything. I think we all kind of wanted to see Evelyn and, OG kind of talk it out and have some type of resolve, have Evelyn admit to her wrongs, admit to her wrongdoings. But so far this season, we have not gotten that. This season has all, been all about Malaysia versus Jackie and whether they're going to get their shit together. But besides that, most of the season is about OG versus the world. Right? You got OG versus Malaysia. You got OG versus Kristen. You got OG versus Jennifer. You got OG versus Jackie. You got OG versus the new girls who we don't know their names. Okay? If y'all know the names of the new girls, please let me know down in the comments below because I'm a little bit confused about that situation. Like, why are those women there? I'm just so confused. Like, why is Liza there? That's another thing. We have new girls on the show that don't contribute absolutely nothing. These women don't have personalities. Okay. They don't really have real stories to share. I mean, I love the fact that they did come on there and kind of shed light on the COVID situation when they were talking about their father, I believe, who passed away from COVID. And I love how Evelyn talked about, her experiences with her family and COVID like that. And so I thought some of those things were good, that they were sharing those intimate details about what's happening in their lives during this whole entire global pandemic. But besides that, like, the new girls didn't really add anything. Okay. The new girls is talking about how they don't like OG because OG is bossy, which, I mean, we already knew. OG isn't, the nicest person in the house. And then you have Liza, who is continuously talking about Lamar Odom. Like, girl, you and Lamar have not been together for how long now? Okay, like tick, tock, stop talking about him. Okay, it's time to get over it. And I sympathize with her situation and I appreciate her for being honest about it. But at the same time, it's like, girl, it's not really hitting on nothing. Okay, it's not really hitting on nothing. All we want to see is Evelyn, the main person on that side of the house, and OG, the main person in her house, sit down, have a conversation, and hash it out. But we have yet to see that. And it's been what, 6, 7, 8 episodes at this point? It's a whole disappointment, right? And so in this tweet, responding to this fan, Evelyn said they have 2 more episodes, including tomorrow's episode, which I'm kind of shocked at my damn self because I'm just like, okay, this was a very short season, which goes to my point that ain't nothing was going on because they was in that mansion just drinking wine all day and all night. Okay. And she says they have 2 more episodes and there's no reunion. Hashtag thank God. And so my question was, I wonder why, there's no reunion. And I wonder why she's hashtagging, and thanking God and doing all this extraness, right? So my first thought was production is probably going to blame COVID for the reason why there's no reunion. Okay, so that's the first thing. Production is probably going to blame COVID. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, we can't have a reunion. But in all actuality, that really doesn't make much sense because y'all were able to figure out how to film all the ladies all together in these houses. And so I feel like if they try to cite COVID-19, that's just, to me, a bunch of BS. Okay. So production is going to use that as an excuse. But not only that, I think Evelyn, personally, for her, she is relieved, I think, or I would assume, because she probably doesn't want to face, once again, the accusations of colorism and racism. Okay. I'm pretty sure Shani did not want to have a reunion because she doesn't want to face the accusations that she's a colorist. Okay. Those are my opinions. Okay. My humble opinion. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Because why else would you be thanking God? You don't want to face the music, sis. The reason why, in my opinion, that Evelyn has not gone to the other house to really have a conversation with OG is because she really doesn't want to face the music. You don't have an answer for why you say the N word, but yet you're not a black person. Okay, we still waiting on you to justify that. You used the monkey emoji. So that's very problematic. If I'm not mistaken, I think she called OG a monkey to her face when they were in an argument once, but I'm not completely sure. You guys can fact check me in the comments below. And what else did she do? She called the girl ugly, which I think is the real reason why Evelyn and the rest of the girls don't like her, because they think OG is ugly. They don't like her African features. And we know featureism is a faction of colorism. Just open up a damn textbook. I mean, I'm just saying. And I don't think Evelyn, Shawnee, and the rest of the girls don't want to, face the music. Now, what I will say is, to give Evelyn and the rest of the girls a bone or what have you, I do think OG has been very annoying, and I don't want to see a reunion where it's OG versus everybody else. Okay, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see everybody ganging up on OG, because yes, I know OG can be annoying sometimes. And yes, OG can be, hard to get along. And yes, OG may be very bossy, etc., etc. But if we just gonna, have a whole laundry list of the things OG does that annoys us, that sounds like a very boring reunion to me, right? And so the real reason why I think, in conclusion, why there's no reunion is because the show was just piss poor this season. Okay, this is probably one of the worst seasons of Basketball Wives ever. And that is a new low. Okay, that is saying a lot, because this show is trash to begin with. Okay, so it was trash to begin with, and now it's just underground. Okay, it's underground, in the gutter, all the way beneath, because baby, this show was trash. And I can't believe I even wasted time. Okay, I'm wasting time right now. Okay, wasting my damn breath, my mouth getting dry talking about the same things for a show that's been so damn boring. All right. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think this show should get canceled. And I've been saying this for maybe like 5 or so years. Because remember when they did, Basketball Wives Miami with Evelyn, Shawnee, Jennifer, Susie, the rest of the girls. And then they had Basketball Wives LA. Well, when Basketball Wives LA with Drea and Jackie and Malaysia kind of fell off, they decided to merge the two, right? And I feel like ever since they merged it, it was kind of interesting. Like, I was kind of interested. I still tuned in because, I mean, what else are we watching? When Housewives isn't on, I need something messy to watch. But when they merged the two, that's when I was kind of like, okay, this show is definitely going downhill, and it's going downhill fast, because the fact that you have to cancel one show and then merge the two, that's just a little bit weird. Okay, that was just a very weird transition that I never really understood. Okay, with that mixed in with the fact that this show reeks of bullying. They've bullied Drea on the show. They've bullied Royce. Okay, they've bullied all the new girls: Keisha, Kenya Bell. Okay, they bullied Angel Love, Angel Brinks. They've bullied everybody on this show. Evelyn has been the most aggressive, the most physically violent, and verbally abusive person on the show. Okay, the most aggressive on the show. And like I said, me as a man, I don't really, find joy in calling a woman aggressive. But I mean, that's the truth. It's crazy how OG couldn't attend last year's reunion because, everybody feared for their safety. But yet the person who has been in the most physical altercations, okay, even in that season, tried to attack Cece with a damn leaf, okay, a damn whole piece of a bush. She's allowed to come to the reunion, but yet OG, who hasn't laid a finger on nobody, can't. That sounds like colorism to me. I mean, I'm just saying, you may disagree, but that's how I see it. And so I kind of feel like this show should have been canceled a long time ago. But I rest my case. I want to know what you guys are talking about in the comments. So let me go ahead and get rid of this. picture. Excuse me, in the smacking. I know some of y'all be in the comments like, can you stop smacking? And I'm just like, girl, if you don't want to hear it, you can click off. I mean, you can click off. But okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Yvonne said, just take the broom and sweep them all out. Definitely. Because at the end of the day, ain't none of y'all, okay, ain't none of y'all, nary none of y'all, okay, is a damn basketball wife. And I just read up on an interview that Shawnee did, I believe, not too long ago, maybe like yesterday. I saw an article where Shawnee was giving an interview, and she basically said the reason why there's no real basketball wives on the show is because the show kind of evolved into something else. And I guess they wanted to, just continue showcasing the characters on there, which would be herself, Jackie Christie, who is actually a basketball wife, but Malaysia, Jennifer Evelyn, she kept wanting to show them, despite them not ever being married to a basketball player. Okay, it is what it is. Someone said Evelyn is not black. I don't know what the hell Evelyn is. I'm not in the business to, try to put labels on people. I'm not going to say whether she is black or whether she isn't. I think I said she's not. But from my knowledge, I know that I don't think she's ever identified as a black person. And so because from my knowledge, she's never identified as a black person, I feel as though, as someone who does identify as a black person, that she should not be using the N-word. And it is what it is. So Jared says she, I guess, identifies as Afro-Latina, allegedly, which is so funny because we've never heard Evelyn call herself an Afro-Latina until she started being accused of saying the N-word and appropriating Black culture and calling people monkeys and being accused of, being a colorist. So what is we talking about? What is we talking about? Jam Cam said, I'm so happy it's canceled. Now, one of my best friends, shout out to Kiki the Cupcake Girl, okay? She gave me some good commentary, asked me a good question when I told her what the title of this video was going to be. Because we know every season they go into it thinking they're going to have a reunion, right? It's a show, it's an ensemble cast reality show that usually has a reunion at the end of every season. And so I'm not sure if they ever really started planning the reunion. However, I say they canceled it because it's just a standard that they have one. And so now that they don't have one, I'm telling you guys that the reunion has been canceled. Okay. It's been shut the hell down, whether they started putting it together and planning it or not. Okay. So what else is we talking about? The Samantha edit says should have been canceled. Abso-freaking-lutely. What you confused about, Ashley? Ashley says, I'm confused. What you confused about? Let me clear it up for you. Joshua said, I hope Portia, I hate her and I'm over her tired ass. Okay, first off, that sentence grammatically was a hot ass mess. Okay, so I'm gonna just start there. So if I read it wrong, it's because you wrote it wrong. But with that being said, are you trying to say that you hate Portia? Because if you do, girl, why do you hate her? That is such a strong word. Hate is such a strong word. Lala says the hosts that they have for the reunions are biased. So I don't really remember all the hosts that they've had, but I do know they had that tall, dark-skinned basketball player. I forget his name. If you know who I'm talking about, let me know. I know they had Mark Lamont, I believe, but before him, they had somebody else. Remind me of his name. Let's see. Okay, we got Jared in the house of Aaron making a contribution, donating. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. That is super sweet. John Sally. Yes. I kind of liked John Sally. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, I thought he was pretty cool. Now, I think Mark was the one who did the last reunion. To be honest, I wasn't really a fan of his because my whole thing is you went along with production's narrative. And I know he works for the executives and VH1 and, he does what production tells him to do. I totally understand that. But I thought it was dead ass wrong for them to have OG in a whole nother building trying to, do a Zoom meeting while everybody else is in real life on a couch. He knew that that was wrong. It was wrong. And then just like the way they treated OG and the way they treated Cece, I just didn't like it. It was just a bunch of bullying and I couldn't get with it. And so because of that, okay, because Mark Lamont didn't stand up for what was right, I kind of don't like him anymore. But John Sally, I did like John Sally, I think. While I said John Sally was actually pretty good, yes, I really did enjoy him. Althea says Tammy Roman was just as bad. I completely agree. Tammy Roman is not excluded from criticism. I think Tammy Roman, along with Evelyn, I think those two women were probably the biggest bullies. Tammy, Evelyn, and Shawnee, I think, are the biggest bullies on that show. Shawnee is more of like, she's very passive. Right? She'll throw some rocks and then hide her hands. Okay, just saying. And then she'll use her executive producer status to kind of like control certain situations. And it's just like, no. Okay, if you are going to be the executive producer and star on the show, you can't pull the EP card in real life. Okay, or while you're filming. You just can't do that, which is lame. I think the moment where I was extremely disappointed in Tammy was when she bullied Keisha. Remember when Tammy was pretending like she was returning Keisha's purse and then she got upset with Keisha and like held her purse hostage and was, going in on her and cussing at her and just going off. And I think alcohol, had a lot to do with it. I think the fact that she wasn't in a great mental space had a lot to do with it. But Tammy Roman was definitely a bully in that moment, and I did not appreciate it. But Althea says Tammy Roman was just as bad. I will never forget the way she treated that girl about coming to get her bag. Exactly. It was the worst thing I have witnessed on reality TV. My heart was broken for her. I completely agree. Shout out to Miss Johnson. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, thank goodness that show is dead and tired. Absolutely. Toria Williams says, sorry, Aaron, but OG is the bully. Really, look how when she played sports, I'm assuming you're saying she hurt those women. How many times was she fined and warned by the coach and league about her hits? Okay. Well, that's really interesting that you bring that up because I had never heard of that. I've never heard of what you're talking about right now. And so if she was being violent while playing football and was fined a bunch of times because she didn't want to listen to her coaches, then I do think she deserves some discipline for what she did to Candy. However, OG has never been violent on Basketball Wives, right? She's never laid a finger on anybody. Meanwhile, you have whole ass Evelyn Lozada jumping up on dinner tables in public restaurants outside of the country sometimes and grabbing a bottle of wine or champagne and throwing it at a whole nother cast member. That is crazy to me. And she should have been fired for that. To be honest, like, if we gonna label, OG aggressive and all this stuff, and she's a violent person, and she's this, that, and the third, and she's intimidating and she's threatening, keep the same energy with Evelyn. And I'm not saying Evelyn has never been criticized for her violent behavior. I'm not saying Jackie Christie has never been criticized for her, for her violent behavior, because I definitely got on Jackie's ass, and so did the rest of the ladies when Jackie tried to, attack Angel Brinks because Jackie was in her own head and she thought people were sabotaging her, which is the reason why she had that ugly ass dress on. But I digress. The argument isn't, the other ladies haven't been criticized. But to me, the colorism showed at the reunion because that's when production started having a hand in singling OG out, which I did not appreciate. That's all they ever have done on Basketball Wives is bully, bully, bully. Just take it back to Drea, right? All of the girls on Basketball Wives, the rest of the cast members, as soon as Drea hit the scene, it was a bunch of rumors and a bunch of chatter about how Drea is a hoe and Drea is a whore and Drea is this and she'll steal your man and she'll do this and she'll do that. And they bullied her for forever because of that preconceived notion about something that they really did not know anything about. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Vanessa says Team OG. Star says the show is deplorable. I would agree. Tony says never been criticized by the cast though. That's the difference. Olivia says Shani bores me to tears. Yes, Shani is very boring, and I could not believe I can believe VH1 gave her own show because I mean she's Shani O'Neal. Her last name has been opening up doors for her for a very long time now. And you know it is what it is, but Shani is very boring. Drea turned into a bully too, though. Okay, well let me know who she bullied, and then we can talk about it. She blacked Sunday's eye. Who did? Drea? Remind me of the situation. Now, Sunday is a bully too now. Don't get me started on Sunday. Remember when Sunday was, I think, trying to attack, was it Angel Love, I think? When Jackie was going crazy in that dress? Remember when Sunday almost attacked a woman that she had, she didn't even know? Sunday did not know Angel Love. Was it Angel Love or Angel Brinks? You guys remind me in the comments. But Sunday did not know that woman. And you whole ass attacking her on Jackie's behalf. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, where is the security when you need them? Vera says, no, Drea beat Sunday ass because Sunday started with her. That's what I thought. I don't remember Drea bullying that woman. Nicole says, if they ever revamp the show, I want basketball royalty. Okay. Bryant, Jordan, LeBron James. Now that would be really dope. But here's the thing about basketball royalty. Their lives are set. They have money in the bank. Okay. They have investments in stocks and businesses and names and charities and all of this stuff. Okay. They have real money and real legacies that they want to protect. I don't know if they want to get down in the mud with VH1 and possibly ruin their reputations by playing with Shani O'Neal and the rest of the girls. Okay? Because remember they did Baller Wives, which I think Baller Wives had the potential to be a much better show than Basketball Wives has ever been, to be honest. Tina says, Evelyn slept... Child, I done lost the comment. Evelyn slept with married men and she wasn't a factor. Child... Miss Johnson says Shani is a bully and a follower. Danielle says it's always been a show about mean girls and bullying, but OG exposed some ish for real, for real. I definitely agree. Now, I do think if they have a next season and they decide to bring a lot of the ladies back, OG should not be, joining. I feel like OG should decline if they ask her, because at this point it's like, none of them like you. You've been exposing production every week on Instagram. And so I think it's just time to give it up. It's time to give it up, OG. It's time to give it up. Obviously, this is not the right circle for you. And so she needs to give it up. I think that they should cancel the show, right? I think they should revamp it. I think they should move it to Atlanta. And they should have Kristen be the nucleus. Because I think Kristen is a basketball wife, if I'm not mistaken. I do think her husband plays basketball. If not, her husband's father definitely played basketball. I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she has a very cute personality. I think she has a beautiful family. And I think she could really, bring on some other ladies. What do you guys think? I think they should start the show over in Atlanta and have Kristen kind of be the Shani, excuse me. What you guys think? Kayvon said Malaysia is the one who blacked Sunday's eye. See, I don't even remember. It's like I vaguely remember that. Like I remember Sunday getting a black eye, but I don't remember the details. I don't remember what led up to that altercation. Someone said, Leandra said, first off, you can't compare OG um football career to this show. Football is a rough sport. People need to stop trying to gaslight. Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from, Leandra. Vera said they underestimated Drea. The Samantha edit says Sunday was picking at Drea for a minute. Then she called Drea's son a gay slur, and it was on from that point. I now it's coming to me. Thank you, Samantha, for bringing that to our attention. Now it's coming to me. I do remember that. I do remember, Sunday calling Drea's son a very disparaging name. And honestly, I don't condone violence, but anything homophobic, I just have a very low tolerance for. Y'all know. So after you say your slur, whatever happens after, it is what it is. Okay. So what else is y'all custom? No, Kristen ever. You don't like Kristen? You don't like Kristen? Like, what is going on? Okay, someone said I love a gay slur. You gonna get blocked. You're gonna get blocked. Skylar says Jennifer, Malaysia, and Kristen all live in ATL. So does Tammy now. Soon Evelyn and the rest will be there too. So perfect. Let's move the show to Atlanta because at this point, Jackie living in San Diego or San Francisco, whichever one. You have Shawnee living in Houston. You have, Jennifer, Kristen, Malaysia living in Atlanta. Everyone lives in different cities. Why are we in LA? Like it just kind of doesn't make any sense anymore. Right. And I was really kind of perturbed at the fact that Evelyn and Jennifer were making fun of OG having a fake house, a fake rented house on the show, when Malaysia and the rest of the girls fly into LA for 2-3 months at a time, rent a house and film the show, and then go back home to Atlanta. QK, I'm sorry, I didn't know, child. I didn't know. See, when you read in messages and texts and stuff, sometimes you don't interpret it the same way. But I understand you now. I get you. I get you. Patricia Taylor says, just love your show. Holla from the Bronx. Blessings to you. Hey Bronx, what's going on? The Samantha Edit says, throw the whole show away. Animal Lover said, not Kristen. I think we don't need a Shawnee. They should all be fair game. Well, I agree with you, but what I mean by a Shawnee is like, you need someone that's like the glue, right? You need a glue, someone that's gonna hold the the friendship circle together. But yeah. And so it's British humor. Okay. My bad. My bad, boo-boo. I ain't know that. I ain't know that. Faye says Kristen judged OG the first time she saw her when she was wearing her traditional clothes. Yep, she did. And I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. So it is what it is. But okay, I've been on here for 30 freaking minutes. It's 550 of you guys in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Definitely after, this goes off and the replay goes on, if you want to catch up, watch the whole thing and comment below, make sure to do that. But I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I'm going to wrap it up right here. And I want you guys to have a great rest of your Monday and a great rest of your week. All right. Love you guys. See you later. Don't forget to create a great day.